So just on break at the moment between work, and I want to talk about investment into NISEKO, because this is a topic which I've actually been speaking to a couple of people about recently, and over the next 12 years, there is up to 25 billion yen of planned investment in infrastructure in NISEKO and the nearby town of Kuchan. To put that into context, that equates to about 173 million British pounds. And that is going to come in the form of improved water supply, better parking, a revamped train station in Kuchan, just to name but a few things. The reason for that being is because of the huge amount of development in real estate, mainly in NISEKO. Since the turn of the millennium, whilst a lot of the Australians have, helped bring the popularity of NISEKO back after its decline on the other side of the millennium, you've had a lot of foreign investment now from places like Singapore, like Hong Kong, and other places. And these are prime luxury hotels, as well as lots of new big chalets by individual investors. And what that means now is that there is all this new infrastructure that requires improved facilities to maintain a good quality standard. You're going to need good sewage, good water supply, as well as the space to be able to fit all these people. But for me, when you look at it in terms of the scales within a ski industry, there's always kind of like a balance that you have to maintain, which is investment in infrastructure in the resort and then infrastructure on the mountain. I would say quite clearly at the moment there is way too much. The scales are way tipped with the investment in accommodation and other things holding down, whereas like ski infrastructure is here. If you look on the reviews of NISEKO as a ski resort on, say, snowforecast.com, it's continuous where they say that like pretty much the lifts feel like they're from 20-30 years ago in some cases. There's been a couple of new modern ones on areas around the mountain, but it's not vast. Now, that being said, the company that owns the Hanazono resort, they are actually one of the few foreign companies that own part of a ski resort within NISEKO. Because two of the areas are owned by Japanese, one's owned by Malaysian, but it's Pacific Century Premium Developments that are based in Hong Kong. They own Hanazono. Now, recently they acquired an abandoned ski resort called Weiss. Now, Weiss, you can see it from NISEKO. It's used actually for cat skiing. They plan in the coming years to build a gondola from Hanazono to connect it to Weiss, and then install 3 lifts on the already existing old ski slopes that are there. And that is quite a positive thing moving forward for the development of NISEKO as a ski resort, because you always want the demand to sort of be higher than the supply. You want to keep the people wanting it, and you've got to sort of take Austria for instance. Austria constantly improves its lift infrastructure on the mountains. They're one of the best at it, and they're always efficient. They're quick lifts, they're 8-seaters, or they're leather seated, and they're heated, and they're solar panelled, or we've got arm-built Wi-Fi. And to have that new planned investment here within NISEKO is good. There is no confirmed dates, and there's no sort of list on how much kilometres that's going to add, so you never know. Given the way finances work, it could never materialise. But that's just one area. You've got 3 other areas on the mountains with no planned real investment, and it is sorely needed. So if NISEKO wants to maintain, now that NISEKO has this new reputation that is spreading across the globe as one of the best places for powder in the world, it's going to have to update its infrastructure on the mountain as well as in the resort, to keep those people coming and for things to be at a decent price.